I am dying tomorrow. Every now and then, when I'm left alone in a dark, cold room with no one, but this silence and this darkness and this cold, and my odd thoughts, I find solace in distractions. But after some times, the thoughts pronounce themselves. What if you're dying tomorrow? And I'll be counting my last heartbeats, and I'll be closer to death than any time before. When the afterlife starts to somehow create itself, what will I say? Or will I even have the sound to tell my thoughts? Will I even have the capacity to process through what I just faced? Or will I be left dumb, deaf and blind to see, hear and say? Would I want to look into eyes of my lover and tell her I love her, or just stare into void of ceiling cause there's no tomorrow to love her forever? Would I want to look into eyes of my sisters and tell them they raised me well, or will I not have their eyes to console me during the day? Would I want to say to my mom that I tried, Mom, I tried, or will her hands not be patting my head? Would I want to ask my father if I was a good son, or will I have known by then the answer was a no? What would determine my life? What would measure the quality of my life? The number of heartbeats I lived, the number of people at my funeral, the number of properties inherited, or simply just my deathbed? Deathbed feels like a judgment card. You prepare with your heavy heart, judging you, everything about you, like piercing my own heart with a glass shard with my own will and my own hand, and every part of my heart is leaking a sharp red. The irony, I can finally breathe. Now I don't have to prove anyone that I'm strong and I'm someone, that I'm good enough, that I won. I can accept that I lost, cause next morning I won't regret that I didn't live like my dreams dreamt. Next morning I won't regret that I let myself flow with the way of world. Next morning I won't regret that I was reckless. Next morning I won't regret confessing my thoughts. Next morning I won't regret living less like myself. Next morning I won't regret being unaccepted. Next morning I won't regret losing someone. Next morning I won't regret hurting you. Cause there is no tomorrow, there is no next morning. I'm dying tomorrow.